Pisces, and welcome to your September 2017 general reading. I do my love readings separately because you've got a really complex picture here, Pisces. The other sign that got a really complicated picture is Aries. So if you've got any Moon, Ascendant, Venus and Aries, but complex doesn't mean to say hard, remember, okay? This is a lot of different impulses moving in different directions. That's how I explain complex. Okay, so you enter September, I think I'm hopefully leaving behind some quite difficult energy. You've got the Ten of Wands and the Five of Discs. So there's been some financial issues here. The Five of Discs quite often speaks of financial issues. I felt like you've got huge burdens to carry. For others, this isn't financial, this is more emotional. Feeling a bit left out in the cold. And carrying some psychological burdens. So an example would be guilt, regret, anything that makes us feel held in and oppressed. But for some other people, this is just a phase of really hard work and you're feeling really tired and really exhausted. Different things for different people. And you know what, Pisces, sometimes it's both. These cards can represent both. So there's financial stress, which is leaving you feel emotionally out in the cold, and burden. Sometimes you can all be connected here, because what you most want is to feel the state of grace. Okay, Scorpio got this in exactly the same position. I mean, a state of grace is, to me, what propels the universe. The whole world is held together by a state of grace. Our bodies, everything. And what, Pisces, you seem to most want is to feel it and observe it in your life. Because when we don't feel that grace, that's when we feel that Five of Discs. Yeah, when we feel that it's just almost a sense of you against the world. And I so understand that feeling, Pisces, okay? So what you most want is just to feel this grace again, this feeling of serendipity, this feeling of knowing that the energy that moves the universe is also moving your life and caring for your life and moving it forward in the direction that you want it to go in. Okay? And I notice I'm feeling quite emotional here, that it's almost a sense of maybe just feeling out in the cold here. Too much to carry, too much loads and too much burdens. And I think of any sign, Pisces, I struggle the most when you're going through that. Because your desires are to feel that connection, to love, to give of your soul, and I really do struggle a bit when I see those cards for you. But maybe we all get the same lessons. But you've got a very interesting card supporting you, the Eight of Cups, okay? So the Eight of Cups, now this is a supportive energy. The Eight of Cups is that quest for something more, okay? I want to show you the image. It's got loads of meanings. Every card's got loads of meanings. This is someone who wants the Ten of Cups. It's a spiritual quest, though. So it's not a feeling of you want this real deal, and that's how I understand Pisces energy to be, and that's how I find it hard when I see you disconnected from it. He's dressed in purple and gold, the colours of spirituality, and he's drank from these cups and he realises there's no fulfilment in them, and he wants this Ten of Cups. He wants completion. not only emotional, okay, as above, you know, he wants the decent job, the decent way of making a living, as well as the emotional, and I think that's what that 5 and 10 are saying here. So there's a quest going on within you. Now don't forget, and you might not want to hear this, Pisces, but sometimes our questing is, it's how the divine energy gets our attention, that something maybe is a bit out of alignment. Because your challenge is the 7 of Wands, so you're keeping someone out or something, sorry. It's a defensive card. Now, I don't get it as a negative card, because there's always sometimes reasons why we need to keep people at bay. But you might have an urge to protect your inner life. And if you do, I think it's because you're tired and you're carrying too much for that 10 of Wands. But this is going against you feeling the state of grace. Like, so imagine behind this door is infinity, okay? And you're sort of standing in front of it. And that's almost like the 2 fish, isn't it? A part of you is moving in one direction, and the other part is holding on in quite a defensive position, saying, no, I'm not going. Does that make at all sense? Because it makes sense to me that it's almost, shall I let go and trust, or shall I not? That's what I'm feeling here. Now, your relationship house looks quite challenging, and I'm wondering if that's what a lot of this is about, because the 8 of Cups can be about a decision to leave someone behind, or someone leaving you behind. Not always, though. And it's not its greatest meaning, because it's a natural evolution about just searching for more. But in your relationship house, you've got the 5 of Wands, so a bit pushed and pulled, not sure which way to go. A bit of environmental stress here. Remember, Mercury's in retrograde in Virgo, which is your opposite house. It's in the 7th house. So there might be words that need to be spoken. There might be things that need to be said that are not being said. But when that 5 of Wands comes up, it's almost like the energy's there, but it's still not happening. And it's like there's something holding it back. I find that a very challenging card, that 5 of Wands. Not challenging because it's only a minor, which means it's a passing state. It's not, we're in charge of it. But it's almost as there's an urge to push, but something's holding you back. And then I pulled the 10 of Swords, which is the end of a chapter. It's not necessarily the end of a relationship. It can be. Particularly with the 5 and the 8, there might be a decision to walk away from something, but it's the end of a difficult phase. The 10s are always endings, but the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands are endings of a phase that's been really difficult. Yeah? So there might have been some difficult relationship phase for you that's hopefully come to an end. In your work and money, you've got the Magician. Channeling, focus, intention. Yeah, it's all these. Now, he brings it into his crown chakra, which means he has to be empty to bring it in. Yeah, it's like you can't fill a full cup. So it needs to be an emptiness. So you can have this focus and this direction, and maybe that's why that's your protector card, because you're walking away from things that are draining you so you can focus on what really needs to happen in your life. The Magician is a 4 aces, so it's a new beginning, the ability to move forward, but he needs that clarity. He needs a still, clear mind. Because if not, we're just going round and round and round in the same old circles, repeating the same old patterns. Now, I've got exercises I do every day, and there's little things that you can do to bring in this focus and this intention. It's bringing in through the crown chakra, but also keeping the energy in your spiritual eye and drawing the energy that you need to you. Anyhow, I'm not going to go on about it. You can email me if you want to know more. Your inner life is a 3 of discs. So, as an interesting on your inner life, it's again, there's a focus on practical matters. It almost seems, and I've actually had that for your readings for the last little while. There's almost a sense of, oh, I can't keep carrying on this way. And not in a negative, but until I've resolved a few more practical matters. An example, I went on retreat last week and left halfway through it because I knew there was stuff that I had to resolve and very, very practical matters. And I've got Pisces moon, and it's that feeling that until the foundations are right, or better, they ain't going to be perfect, but better, you feel maybe you can't move forward in the way that you want to. So a lot of your inner life is going to, how can I make the foundations better so I can soar, basically. Because it's really hard to be free if the foundations of your life need work. Your outcome, though, is the victory card, which is great. Success, victory. Let's hope it's success. It seems to, this magician and this 3 seems really important to you, Pisces. Because I don't like seeing you cut off from this state of grace. And because your energy is going in the 5 and the 10, I think you have been. And it must leave you feeling like a fish out of water. I just don't like seeing that for you. So I sort of tend to agree with how you feel on an inner level, that a lot of your focus has to go on the foundations. It's just like imagining a healthy tree, isn't it, that's planted. I don't know if there's changes here that has to be made. There might be some decisions to walk away from what's draining you, at least for a bit, so you can focus and direct your energy, because the Lovers is your additional guidance card. I didn't pull an additional guidance card for you, everyone, but I did for you, because I think there's definitely a relationship thing here going on. I'm going to do my relationship readings in the next few days. Really, really interesting here, what's going on for you. And you know what, I don't know if this is what's going on, but I definitely feel that you're on the right path, that somehow you need to work at the foundations. And if you need to say no to whatever energy's draining you, then it's okay. But just be careful this isn't cutting you back from a state of grace. To trust or not to trust, really, is that thing. Is there a divine energy in my life, or is there not? Because some days it feels that there isn't, and some days we feel like we're floating. This is fascinating. I'm intrigued, Pisces. I wish you all the best, and I'll be back. Love readings the next few days. Okay, guys, bye.